Salam to all. In the previous presentation, we have gone through the concept of the chapter Introduction to Trigonometry. What do you mean by trigonometry? And the six T ratios we have the trigonometric ratios sine, cos, tan, cot, sec, cosec, and we are getting the relationship between the T ratios and the sides, the corresponding sides of the triangle, the given right triangle. Then in this presentation we are going to find out some values on the given specific angle. Some angles are given, and on that angle what values we are getting for the 6t ratios, then this we are going to learn in this presentation. Then here, if the angle you are getting as 0 degree, suppose you are taking a triangle, right triangle ABC, and angle A is made smaller and smaller in the right triangle ABC till it becomes 0. And if you are doing this, we are easily understand this concept by observing the diagram that we are going to get it in the next slide. Then angle A gets smaller and smaller, then the length of the sides BC decreases. If you are taking a right triangle ABC, and if you are decreasing the length, right angle at B, then what happens? The point C gets closer to the point B, and finally when angle A becomes very close to 0, AC become almost the same as AB. AC is equal to AB, and BC gets very close to 0. If you are getting the angle 0 degree, then AC is equal to AB and BC is equal to 0. Let us observe this in the diagram. Here if you are observing, then we are decreasing AC, and at a moment it becomes 0 here. C coincide with point B, then BC is equal to 0 and AB becomes equal to AC. Then the values what we are getting, if you are finding the value of sine A for angle A, the perpendicular is BC and hypotenuse is AC, then BC upon AC. BC is 0, length of BC we are getting 0, and 0 upon AC we are getting 0. Means if the angle is 0 degree, then sine 0 degree is 0. For cos, if we have to find the value of cos 0 degree, then for cos of angle A we are getting AB upon AC, and AB and AC both are equal. AB get cancelled out, we are getting 1. It means that the value of cos 0 is 1. Tan 0, if we have to find the value of tan 0, then tan theta is sin theta upon cos theta. Put the values of sin 0 and cos 0, we are getting the value of tan 0. And tan 0 is also 0, 0 upon 1. Cot 0 is reciprocal of tan, 1 upon 0, then this we know this is not defined. 1 upon 0 is not defined, means the value of cot 0 is not defined. And sec 0, sec 0 is equal to 1 upon cos, reciprocal of cos is sec, then 1 upon 1 we are getting 1, means the value of sec 0 is also 1. Similarly cos sec 0, then reciprocal of sine 1 upon 0, again you are getting not defined. Similarly, if you are taking equilateral triangle and if you are drawing a perpendicular or an altitude on this, or you may call an angle bisector if you are drawing, then the complete angle is 60 degree, then angle bisector if you are plotting, then we are getting the angle as 30 degree. Complete length is 2a. Length of the side means AB is 2a, BC is 2a, AC is 2a, and if you are getting BD, then if you are drawing perpendicular in an equilateral triangle, then that perpendicular is perpendicular bisector also, then BD is equal to CD we are getting, it means that BD is equal to A. And if you are using Pythagoras theorem in this triangle, in right triangle ADB, then we are able to find the value of AD. And let us find the value. Then if you are finding that, then AD we are getting as root 3a. By using Pythagoras theorem, we are getting AB square is equal to AD square plus BD square. Value of AB is 2a. AD we have to find, BD we are getting a. On making square and on solving, we are getting 4a square minus a square, and that is equal to 3a square. And if you are taking the square root of that value, we are getting the value of AD as root 3a. Now in the right triangle ADB, we have the values, the length of the sides we have. Then if you have to find sine 30 degree, then sine 30 degree is perpendicular upon hypotenuse. Perpendicular we are getting BD in that, and hypotenuse we are getting AB. BD is A, AB is 2A, AA get cancel out, we are getting 1 by 2. Means sine 30 degree is 1 by 2. Cos 30 degree, if you are finding cos 30 degree, then side adjacent to angle 30 degree upon hypotenuse, means AD upon AB. AD is root 3A, AB is 2A, AA get cancel out. We have the value of cos 30 degree as root 3 by 2. Same if we have to find the value of tan 30, then we are dividing, or you may take it as perpendicular upon base. Then perpendicular upon base we are getting 1 upon root 3. Cosec the reciprocal of sine, sec 30 degree the reciprocal of cos, cot 30 degree the reciprocal of tan. And easily we are able to find the values of other t ratio if one value we have. Again, if you are observing here, I am taking an equilateral triangle and the angle we are observing 60 degree. And if you are observing this, then we are able to find AD, and AD we are getting the same. Then in this right triangle ADB, for this angle 60 degree, AD is perpendicular and BD is base here, hypotenuse is 2A. Then if you have to find the value of sine, then perpendicular upon hypotenuse means AD upon AB. Then let us find out these values for 60 degree. Values of these t ratios for 60 degree, we are getting sine 60 as root 3 by 2 after putting the value and on solving. Cos 60 degree base upon hypotenuse, for the given angle 60 degree the base we are getting as BD and hypotenuse is AB, then A upon 2A. A get cancel out, we are getting the value 1 by 2 cos 60. Similarly, if you have to find tan 60, then tan 60 is we are getting as root 3. Sec 60 we are getting 2, the reciprocal of cos. Cosec 60 the reciprocal of sine, and cot 60 the reciprocal of tan. Now if we have to find the value of 45 degree, then in an isosceles right angle triangle we are getting the angle as 45 degree. And if the triangle is isosceles right angle triangle, then if AB is A, BC is A, then the hypotenuse we are getting root 2A. After using Pythagoras theorem, then AC we are getting root 2A. Now if you have to find the value of sine 45, then perpendicular upon hypotenuse, then what we are getting? Sine 45 we are getting 1 upon root 2. Cos 45 base upon hypotenuse we are getting 1 upon root 2. Tan 45 sine 45 upon cos 45, these two get cancel out, we are getting 1. Cosec 45 reciprocal of sine, sec 45 reciprocal of cos 45, means easily we are able to calculate these values. Same for 90 degree angle, if you have to find, you are able to find this. And for 90 degree the angles we are getting, this is opposite to the first one, we are increasing the side here, length of the sides. Then sine 90 we are getting 1, cos 90 we are getting 0, tan 90 is 1 upon 0 means not defined we are getting. Then the reciprocal of these, sec is reciprocal of cos, cos 90 is 0, then 1 upon 0 is not defined. Cosec 90 is reciprocal of sine. Sine 90 is 1. 1 upon 1 we are getting 1. Then these are the required value for 90-degree angle. And if you are observing here, the table you are getting for 0 degree, for 30 degree, then how to draw the table? Then you are writing the values 0, 1 by 2, 1 upon root 2, root 3 by 2, 1. These values we have already calculated. Then if you are putting in the table, then you are getting like this. For 0 degree here you are getting, for 30 degree you are getting the values, for 45 degree, for 60 degree, and for 90 degree. Easily you are able to calculate or draw the table by using the concept. For the value of sine 0, if you are taking root 0 upon 4, 1 root 1 upon 4 for sine 30 degree, root 2 upon 4 for sine 45, and root 3 upon 4 for sine 60, and root 4 upon 4 for sine 90. Then you are getting the values of sine on 0 degree, 30 degree, 45, 60, and 90. And if you are reversing all these values, then you are getting the values of cos. And if you are dividing these two values, sine and cos, you are getting all these values of 10. Easily you are able to prepare the table. Only you have to learn the values of sine. Then if you are reversing all these values, then you are getting the values of cos on the given specific angles. And tan theta is the ratio of sine and cos, then sine theta upon cos theta. Then if you are doing this, if you are dividing these two values of the rows, then you are getting the values of 10. Then cot theta is reciprocal of 10. Then if you are making the reciprocal, then you are getting the first value as not defined. If you are making the reciprocal of 1 upon root 3, you are getting root 3. Or you may reverse all these values. Similarly, sec is reciprocal of cos. Either you are finding the reciprocal, and cosec, either you are finding the reciprocal of sine theta, or you may reverse the values of sec theta. Then easily you are able to prepare the table, observe the table, and go through this. And some questions are given. Then let us solve some question. Here I am solving question number first, part second, and part 4. Then let us solve this in part second. We know the values. Question we have to evaluate this 2 tan square 45 degree plus cos square 30 degree minus sin square 60 degree. Then the values of tan 45, cos 30, sin 60, all these values we know. Tan 45 is 1, put the value, always put the value in bracket. Then 2 into 1 square. Cos 30, root 3 upon 2 whole square. Sin 60, root 3 upon 2 whole square. And if you are solving this, then 2 plus root 3 upon 2, we are getting 3 by 4 minus 3 by 4. These will get cancelled out, and we are getting the answer as 2. Put the value, solve that equation, easily you are getting the answer. Let us solve part 4. Then part 4, sin 30 tan 45 minus cosec 60 sec 30 degree plus cos 60 degree plus cot 45 degree, and all these values we know. Learn all these values and put the values. Sin 30 is 1 by 2, tan 45 is 1, cosec 60 2 upon root 3. In the denominator, sec 30 2 upon root 3, cos 60 1 by 2, cot 45 1. After putting the value on taking LCM, what we are getting? In the numerator we are getting root 3 plus 2 root 3 minus 4 upon 2 root 3, and in the denominator 4 plus root 3 plus 2 root 3 upon 2 root 3. Then 2 root 3 get cancelled out, and we are getting, on solving the remaining values, 2 root 3 plus root 3, we are getting 3 root 3 here. In the denominator also 3 root 3. Here we are getting minus 4, here we are getting plus 4. Then on solving we are getting 3 root 3 minus 4, and in the denominator 3 root 3 plus 4. Then on rationalizing, if you are rationalizing this, then we are multiplying and dividing by the same value, the conjugate of this, and if you are multiplying these, and then you are getting the formula in the numerator a minus b whole square, and in the denominator a square minus b square. And if you are doing this, then on expanding the formula we are getting 27 plus 16 minus 24 root 3. In the denominator, if you are using a square minus b square, we are getting 27 minus 16. Then on solving these, we are getting 43 minus 24 root 3, and in the denominator we are getting 11. Let us solve one more question. Question number 3. If 10a plus b is equal to root 3, 3 marks question this is for standard, and 2 marks question for basic. This question is of 3 marks, and for standard this question is of 2 marks. Then how will you get the answer? Then 10a plus b equal to root 3, this is given. We know for which angle the values we are getting root 3. 10, the value of 10 on which angle? Then root 3 we are getting on 1060, and the another one is a minus b is equal to 1 upon root 3. Then 1030 is 1 upon root 3, this we know. Then 10a plus b is equal to root 3, and 10a minus b equal to 1 upon root 3. These two are given, and we have to find a and b. Then let us solve this question. What we know, root 3 is value of 1060. It means that in place of root 3 we are able to write 1060, and here if you are observing 10a plus b equal to 1060, then on comparing what we are getting, a plus b is equal to 60. Let us take this as equation first. Similarly from the second one, 10a minus b is equal to 1 upon root 3, and 1 upon root 3 is value for 1030. Then 10a minus b is equal to 1030 degree. And if you are comparing, then a minus b is equal to 30 degree. Let us take this as equation second. Then if you are solving these two equations, the first and the second one, by using any method, either you are using substitution method or you may use elimination method, because these two are linear equation in two variable, and if you are solving these, then easily you are getting the values of a and b as 45 and 15 degree on solving. If you are adding that to b, b get cancel out, 2a equal to 90, then a you are getting 45. Put the value of a in any one of these two equations, you are getting the value of b as 15. Then on the basis of these you have to solve some question. Question number first, only 2 parts I have done, rest of 3 parts you have to do, and then question number second you have to do. All these MCQ questions you have to solve first. Put the values, solve these, then you are getting the solution of these questions. Sai Ram too.